been a while. It's been a while. So let me post this here. And we are good to go. It's been a while. So I finally have some time to do some streaming. Good morning. It's been quite a time. Uh, so right now, Morrowind, of course. Let's see if I have time later today to do another stream. But what we're gonna do today is, since I have not all the requirements, I have most of the requirements, I'm gonna start power leveling up so that I can perform the skip of the main quest. I have to get to level 20, which is going to be easy because I have enough resources to do that short skip, let's say. By short skip I mean going from the Nerevarine questline stage 3, which is finding the moon and star, and then skipping all the, become the hoarder of all the houses, become the Nerevarine of all the Ashland tribes, and go straight to go and meet me back. Quite a skip. So let's see. My strength is a cap, right? So I should be able to. Oh, I have to heal my endurance. That's what I should. So I hope everybody's day is good, and everybody's morning is being good so far. I've been flooded with exams as of late. Well, flooded, I mean difficult exams every so often. Now I will have the time to slack for a bit and get back on the saddle to stream so that I can actually play games, let's say, in restoration. So I have my endurance also on cap, right? Yeah, okay, so let's see what others that I should probably start capping. Might be intelligence or speed or agility. I should probably start looking to cap. Yeah, I should probably start looking into capping my agility. So what I'm gonna do? How many stats I have? Not many stats. I'm gonna bring my marksmanship up. And I'm gonna train for speed. I think I can do unarmored, yeah. So let's get that stuff out of the way. I got complemented with some light armor training as well. So I'm gonna probably do light armor training. Actually, I'm gonna do some security, unarmored, and marksmanship. Okay. So odds are that in the Razor Hall there's a marksmanship trainer. So let's begin there. Let's check the bar in front. Yeah, I've been missing streaming a lot. So you do light armor, that's convenient to know. Maybe on the hole in the wall there might be somebody that does marksmanship. Oh, another sleep. Another sleeper. It's usually the same sleeper that stops you right over here. Oh yeah, I'm looking to get to level 20 pretty quickly. Should take too long. 20 or 21, but getting that agility back, well, getting agility all the way up there would be extremely helpful. Oh, right, yeah. Jeez, can I even join the TES guild on this? I get training? I don't think I would actually get training. Yeah, sure. Usually, service refusal, even if you're not a member, means even if you join, you're not gonna get training at all, because it's gonna be like mid to high tier requirements on rank.
Yes, Orc?
I know one trainer marksmanship for sure, but that's on Vivek, and it's due to the I thought it was the door to outside. Due to the plugin for the marksman. The marksman shop in Vivek. Checking every trainer.
Stay as long as you like, friend. It would be a privilege to talk with you.
I will eventually find the marksmanship trainer in here, if there's any. I should have checked out the fighter's guild though as well. Since I'm over here, might as well just check through all of these people. He's the oh, okay. Right. Karinde is the master of security, if I remember correctly, so
You may speak.
but I need to be higher on the guild. Check the fighter's guild. See if I can find a proper marksmanship trainer. I will check also on House Hlalu. Very high odds that they have marksmanship trainer. Hand to hand also is speed, if I remember correctly, right?
Please, by all means. I'm listening.
If I'm gonna find a marksman, right? I know where I can find one.
Wealth beyond measure.
There's also a Muratong hall in this town. Yeah, I know the dum-dum, and I can think of the move. I just need to gain speed, so my brain can actually start working. Bingo. So I need some 10 points. Yeah, 10 points.
I'm willing to share my insights.
4,
Right price.
5. Oh, he has also light armor. Let's probably 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10. I have 10. Okay. So, what is it I said? Unarmored. That's right. Armored. I should try my luck. Where? I don't know if I have Caius. I would be able to train unarmored, but I don't have Caius. So Mage skill probably has an armored. I'll check on here at the house Claro Guild Hall just in case.
I'm very happy to make your acquaintance.
I'm trying security right here.
May you find me worthy of your attention.
I'm gonna train security right here. Because an armor does what for me? Speed, yeah. I will still be on the lookout for an armor trainer, but don't on me that security trains intelligence, but whatever. Hand to hand is also speed. I'll get to it eventually.
I see this land suits you. A welcoming feeling.
But it's a good exercise to do this marksman mode here.
May you find me worthy of your attention.
Mercantile athletics. So aside from usual slacking off exams, it's worth pointing out that summer started rolling in, so that means that it's the season of not getting enough sleep for me, because it is a pretty horrifying experience in general.
You flatter me with your attention.
Trying to balance between having to how much clothing I have to be while sleeping and how strong the fan has to be, so I don't actually like be uncomfortable while sleeping. Oh my god. I missed these guys. Actually I didn't miss them. But yeah, it's gonna be that time of the year. I do not enjoy it at all. I like winter far more than summer. Just for the reason that
greetings.
sleeping
How do you do? Maybe talk.
becomes a very ugly chore. It feels every night feels like I'm gonna get ash slaved on my sleep. So that's no good. Let's get some more marksmanship points. Temple probably has an armored trainers. Would make sense.
Speak your needs.
I'm gonna get some sneak. Yeah, I'm gonna get some 1 point in sneak because I'm not the greatest. Let's get some marksman. Let's put this
I'm
marksman.
willing to share my
And because I have my marksmanship being fortified, I'm getting my agility fortified. It allows me to train over the natural cap that will allow me to train. So he's a 55 marksmanship trainer. Natural cap being I cannot train over the governing attribute that I have. So my agility without getting buffed is 50. But because I have the Ring of the Wind and I have one of the Ranagolf's gauntlets that fortify my agility, I can train all the way up to 100. If I find the marksmanship trainer for master marksmanship trainer for
a warm welcome.
I don't know what I added that for, but if I find the marksmanship trainer, I can just train all the way up to 100. The master one. These guys are right here.
I see this
Now let's get some
There is someone watching me. I can tell. A warm welcome to you. Welcome, friend. I feel as though I should know you.
Let's get some
Well, now,
light armor.
I've heard much about you.
Wait, light armor is not speed.
My services.
Speed on my... No, I'll have to train... Yeah, I'll have to train light armor from now on. So let's get some... either short blade, an armored, and I think... What else was it? Speed. I think athletics was speed as well, wasn't it? Yeah. So I get some more athletics and then...
A warm welcome to you.
athletics. 38,
A warm welcome.
39. Really hard capped by this, so I have to be... speed 6. I need 4 more. 1, 2, 3. There just have many other avenues to train it up, but I should probably start getting some mercantile.
I don't know where to begin. It is such an
His personality really is not the greatest stat in this game. Anyone must die. You must die, beasts and men. Outlander Mer, all must die. Flee his wrath and quit this land. If you will live, flesh shall be forever. Okay, whatever. I should have kept track of where the where the mercantile trainer was. The barkeep is also missing for some reason.
There's no time for talk.
Yes, Outlander.
What's your story?
I see this land suits you.
Let me save first, as have been saving for the past couple of minutes. I think it was a mercantile trainer in here.
Do you want something from me?
I was pretty sure Short Lips would train me. I think this guy was mercantile, wasn't it? Yeah, he was. I'm glad I remember. Train all the way up to... Also, I watched the Game Awards and it was okay. So alright. It's not the best. He can't give me like a bed or something. Is he not
Do
there?
you need something? So strange.
I was pretty sure that this place had a bedding or something. It doesn't. It's that's strange. Have to go to Uncle Caius' house, I guess. Or not, I could just sneak and sneak sleep on this guy's bed. Agility, speed, and more luck. So I have 55 agility right now. I'm gonna switch to light armor and athletics, which will cut my training costs by a significant amount. But yeah, the Game Awards was alright. It was the usual standard Game Awards affair. It was, here's world premiere, here's the awards that really not many people care about much.
I see this
guess that's about it. The premieres are usually the things that the people go to watch the Game Awards for, and I think the only one that piqued my interest a bit was Homeworld 3. The rest was like standard affair. Point that puts me at 10. Like whenever a strategy game gets announced, it's something I just keep my eyes open wide to see if there's anything interesting. But yeah, our TESs in general not something that are gonna be coming back anytime soon. We'll have to wait for the emerging studios to see if they come up with something interesting and innovative. No, I think the only big last there's betting in the house loud, I believe. The only big studio that actually made an RTS as of late was Assemble Studios with Age of Empires 4. So that's pretty much about it. That's the only studio that has actually released an RTS as of late. That is worth something. Can I even use this better? Oh. Did I commit a crime by doing that? I believe I didn't. No, okay. So RDSs are they're good as dead.
I don't know where to begin. It is
Until
such an
the
honor
next
to me.
time that somebody makes a new good one. So I want to be able to I want to be able to train 10 more points in athletics. That is, if this guy actually allows me to train 10 points in athletics. 2, 3, 5. Yeah, there you go. So the next for speed is short blade, and I should be able to do short blade.
Outlander, I've heard much about you. Would you have me in my services?
2, 3. How many points am I right now? I'm 7, 8, 9, 10. I have to do agility 1. So training up agility will allow me to actually mitigate the huge berserking debuff, but also allow me to land more regularly my hits. Landing my hits and dodging hits a bit harder, so that would be very convenient. Level 20 as well, so I'm gonna do 22 I will do. And then it's off to the races. I'm already feeling way faster. Agility, speed. So I started with 190,000 gold, and I already dumped like 60,000 of it. That's alright.
Welcome, friend.
Get through this and get these last points. Short blade. And this is what I like mainly of Morrowind, is like if you have the resources to actually go and power level your character like this, just allow the player to do it. They sure were not happy at Bethesda when they saw that people were able to do this, and were like, okay, we'll just limit like 5 trainers total 5 training points total per level. So people don't power level through the content like this. Which led to people being just, okay, if I cannot handle the content, we have to lower the difficulty. And there are like some chances of breaking your character on the later games. I would say breaking in general, I would say having a very, very rough time would be a more accurate description. Or the inability to make like a proper passive character in general. Someday, Bethesda will grace us with the ability to actually make a pure merchant type character. So I'm level 22. Let's check my bolt stock. 21 silver bolts. I'm gonna probably buy some bolts to have like 300 silver bolts. 300, 400 should be a fair compromise. Hello, murder. Silver bolts. No, silver bolts. Silver bolts are okay. Yeah, 400. Yeah, that should be okay. That should be A-okay. 400. So, on the main quest, I was... Where was I? Quest. House Laluk, this is because if you ask about the Laluk counselors, you actually unlock Laluk Hortator, but pay little to no attention to that. Not this one. Miramilo, there we go. If I Maesa, Virgin Words, Hall of Justice, and get the Lost Prophecies. There we go. So now we know where to go. We have to do the Lost Prophecies of the Nerevar. That's where I stopped last time. And I think that was like 5 streams ago, like 2 or 3 months ago. So
I must say, I
let's
find you most
get to
interesting
it.
right now.
Travel
Please
to
go ahead.
Vivek.
You seem like
Vivek,
very
I
good
do
company.
Obsidian Intervention.
Maybe.
So there are many ways to actually do this quest line. If I remember correctly, I am a high-ranking temple official, aren't I? So I'm a patriarch in the temple. That actually places a benefit. If you're a high-ranking member of the temple on this quest, I think I can do something about it. There's another way as well to tackle it, which is donning an ordinator armor. So let's first check on these. Miramilo. Private quarters across the content offices here at the Hall of Justice. I also remember that there was a key hidden, and as of late I was not able to find this key for some reason.
Welcome.
Because I was positive it was behind one of these banners, but I'm no longer positive about that. So let's wait a bit. Wait for this ordinator over there to go on a journey somewhere else. I thought I had no lockpicks. I was gonna be amazed for a minute. Then I got the Note Paramaya, and I got the Racing Force potions. So the normal brain approach to this would be I have the Rising Force potions. Just drink the Rising Force potions right here. So I need to check there. I need to check this. Drink the Rising Force potions right here, and then go all the way up swimming. Oh right, yeah, I need some massive intervention scrolls. That's what I was thinking about. And I have them. Okay. Drink the potions, go all the way up there, and do that. But the smart man approach to this is just talk to the shrine. You have now 100 points on levitation for a long time. Talk to this guy or girl. I'm missing anyone. The ministry key.
I'm very happy to make your acquaintance.
So since I'm the patriarch, I should be able to talk to this guy. Patron is a locked here. You must leave immediately with docking station. If you don't leave immediately, peacefully will use force. Leave immediately. I don't know how you got in here, but you leave your to now. They will leave you in the bag. Oh. I don't care who you are, Patriarch. You belong here. Leave immediately. Oh. So I think the Patriarch thing is not quite there, but you should probably find it very suspicious that there are so many Ordinator helmets on the open. So what I'm gonna do is use some telekinesis, and I know I have some telekinesis ring somewhere. So let me see. And if I don an Ordinator helmet, will I be able to pass through? Oh. Let's try that again. Maybe because I talked to them before. But I'm absolutely positive that there was something with the Ordinator gear that I could do. Or I was corrected at a later point. It's good training exercise to do this. Can we visit anybody?
You flatter me with your expensive.
Because it's very suspicious that there are so many Ordinator helmets just everywhere. So that should really clue you in that something must be going about on that aspect. It was Inazi's Mystic Finger. Oh, okay. I'll use the good old approach. Running the hell about. They wouldn't have probably because I'm just floating about. Percentage Mr. Woods. This is no this is against procedures, you know it. Get out of here immediately. There is no escape. Oh, my current has been reported. That is no good. Let's see if I can camaleo myself and get myself out of trouble. I don't want to have a bounty on me. So I need to somehow be able to obfuscate this side of all these guys. Alternatively, I could just pick lock here and scuttle my way up here, which might be more efficient. Thing to do here, have the Divine Intervention scrolls, go to the Holomayan. Alright, Divine Intervention, not on CB. Oops, not that it matters much because I have this thing. So now I can actually do this. Holomayan also is really important because that's the location for the master hand-to-hand trainer. Since Holomayans are monks and it makes sense for a monk to be the master hand-to-hand. Let's go fishing. Yes. That's our coast region. This movement gives you all the required tips. The hour of twilight, dawn and dusk, the door will open. We also have a really large problem with rats. Oh, since I'm... Oh, that's something I probably should have accounted for. This one, you're too big brain, you cannot rest on the ground, so... How long do I have to this? I probably have a dispel on self, and that should probably... do something. The alternative is travel a fair bit onto a bed, and I will take that alternative all the way. There you go.
Freely from.
Travel too long that the buff will expire. The door should be open right now, or will open in like 2 hours. Yeah, Morrowind is one of those games that I have to actually be more proactive on writing down the location of everything that needs to be used, like location of master trainers in general. Bam. Those prophecies. The 7 curses. Tell me about the Distant Priests, Take of Ur. Tell me about the Nerevarine. Milo, why not? So there's something else. She probably has something to tell me. Inventory scrolls, of course, with our regions, sure. The Nerevarine prophecies. The Elysian Priest, persecution of the Nerevarine. Tell me about the secret order of the Elysian Priests. This will be a lot of text to read, but
Do I know you?
if you keep talking about the Lost Prophecies in the unpatched code version, you actually keep getting the Lost Prophecies over and over and over again, so you get like a crap ton of copies. The 7 Visions, the 7 Curses, the Stranger, and the Lost Prophecies. These prophecies from the 7 sides of the 11th generation, neither Hound, nor Gwar, nor Seed, nor Harrow, but Dragonborn and a far star marked Outlander incarnate beneath Red Mountain,
Yes.
Blessed Guest counters 7 curses. Star Blessed Hand wields the thrice cursed blade to rip the harvest of the unmourned house. Now, slain lights 1 to 3 of ancient family, but not of the 4 great Ashlander clans, born under foreign stars and the sign of the dragon, the imperial sign. Another incarnate appears as a former epithet, stressing the linkage between the words. The other incarnate is a blessed guest, not one born of the tribes, but accepted as a guest with the rights of the heart and hospitality. Under Red Mountain, he will confront the balance against the 7 curses in 7 curses prophecy. Also, Dagoth is served by his 7 kin, once great wizard lords called Ash Vampires by the Ashlanders. The Star Blessed suggests Asura, the Daedra Lord and patron of magic, fate, and prophecy. Strike Curse Blade may refer to a weapon called Kinning, associated in the certain legend with the Battle of Red Mountain and the Craft Lord Kagernak. Rip the harvest is reference to the proverb you harvest from the seeds you plant. This is transcribed as you reap what you sow. Which means that you get what your labors desire, in both the positive sense of the reward and negative sense of the punishment. The unmoored house could be neither or both the lost great house of the Dunmer, the lost great house of the Dunmer, the house Dwemer, and the house Dagoth. So we have everything, and you should tell me. Yeah, you have everything, right? Yeah. Now I can report to Nibai Maesa. So I have no idea where my recall is. So it would be an amazing experiment to know where they sent me.
With pleasure. Please, go ahead. I'm all ears.
I'll take it. And I'm gonna use my big old boots to get me to the foreign quarter.
Welcome, friend. You're nearly a legend around.
Actually, I shouldn't go to the foreign quarter, I should go to far north side and take the Silt Striders over and over. This is a weak levitation, right? Yeah. Now it's a much stronger one, 30 points. Do I get a better roll? 51. So what I'm implying, I should probably repair my gear a bit. My spirit a bit bonked. So my health is also pretty good on 234, 80 and 405. I should make a separate save to show the other alternative path, maybe? Yeah, at this point I should be a really good point to make the alternative save. Call it the alt path save. And make sure I bury it all the way down. So I accidentally touch it. There's another alternative path that you can do from level 1. That allows you to complete the main quest line. And that's a very interesting one. Alt rune. So I can go all the way up to Moragan. And then zoop all the way up. So that should be a good thing to do. Go along the Follada.
We make a special trip just for you. Say
Use my Jordans to levitate through these mountains. Should place me right on the Foyada. But I would skip the entire Foyada and just go here. There are the boys. I'm levitating my duel. When you have high skill of everything, fatigue just becomes a non-issue. That's what I love about this game. Like before it would be like an exercise punishment. Put away those hits and then suddenly just jump to what 180 and slap anything that is chasing you. Right into the Ashlander camps, which should not be a difficult task in general. Since I'm pretty speedy, it helps that I'm an orc, and helps that I have a significant amount of speed. But even when I didn't have like 79 speed, I was still pretty fast on 35, so it really is that being male orc or male nord, you just loop around. So Neramilo, right about here. Okay, I have the Lost Prophecies. Nerevarine Prophecies. I'll give you concept what only what might be, what might not be. I'll give you my judgment. Give me your judgment on the Lost Prophecies. Them ambitions. Nerevarine Prophecies. I'm gonna give you a concept what might be, might not be. Alright, yeah, I have to give her some time. And by some time I mean just going out and in, I believe. Consider and the stars have given me clear signs. The Lost Prophecies have leave no doubt. The incarnate shall be an outlander, you, blessed by Asura, must live the 7 courses of Dagoth Ur. Prophecies have shown the 7 steps of the Neverwinds path. And I have been chosen as your guide for each step of the path. I will read the signs and show you the way. It is time for you to walk the path of the 7 visions and pass the 7 trials of the 7 visions. Continue. You are born of certain day of certain parents, so you can pass the first trial. My dream show you fulfill the second trial. No blight or age can cause him the curse of flesh. I read the signs, but I cannot understand. Can you explain this to me? Explain how I got cursed. You have overcome the curse of flesh. It's strange enough, but it should protect you from the blight and age is past belief. Yet the signs of my dreams are clear. You plan and blah blah. But the third trial is unfulfilled. The mystery of the third trial is not my secret to share. Go to Sulmatul, guardian of our cult, and give you a third trial. Fulfill the third trial. Next steps of the Nerevarine trial. Right. Yeah, I have to find the Shadow Shield. That's the third trial. Which means I have to go back here, which means I have to put a mark right here. Wait 1 hour so I get on my fatigue back. Put a mark. Mark and recall is such a big deal. But to the Neverwinds, it's a hard thing to believe, but UMS has spoken to me at length of this and I had time to consider. Therefore, I shall keep my own counsel and set before you my own test. I do not dispute with the wise women, but their ways are not the ways of Many before have tried the path of Nerevarine, but all have failed the warrior's test. You must have strength, courage, and cunning. These things are test. This line is also very important. Many before have tried the path of Nerevarine, and many have failed the warrior test. This is important. Keep that in mind. Nearby lies Kogorun, the ancient halls of the Forgotten House, House Dagon. In recent times, blight, creatures of the Blight have come to dwell there. I myself went there with some brave warriors and came back again, but it was a bad place. I'm not ashamed to say that I was afraid for myself and for my men. If you have for me the secret of the third trial, the caverns dark where Asura eyes sees, you must first bring me 3 tokens from Dark Kogorun. The first token is Corpus Whippings from the Corpus Beast. You can acquire any Corpus Beast anywhere, by the way, to show you the proof that you're against this corruption. The second token is a cup with the mark of the House Dagon. I have seen myself such cups before, and when you've seen one with your own eyes, what I've seen with mine. Third one is the Shadow Shield, which lies in the tomb of Dagoth Morin. The lava tunnels beneath the ruined Kogorun. Bring these tokens to me, or bring these things to me, actually he says. And then I will tell you the secret of the third test. Continue.
I can spare a few moments if you...
Where's Kogorun? Follow the coast to the east. The rhythm of the rune. Then to the southwest, you will see Evernate. Then we continue south from Evernate to Kogorun. So I have... they also mark it on the map, so there's no need to do that. So the game tells you to go this way, then that way. Wait. It says go east and then go southwest and then continue south. Did it tell me go past? These directions really don't... I know even though where Kogorun is, I'm gonna follow the directions to make sure that the directions they are giving you are in any way accurate. Because if you're going east and then southwest and Kogorun is over here, you're not reaching Kogorun at all. So I'm gonna rest until I have the Blightstorm just bungle off some point. God, I love sleeping and getting awoken every so often. Game, please, can you actually... There we go. I'm not a fan of the weather effects in this game. The thunderstorms, for some reason, like are way louder than the sound effects in the game. And I have no idea why. World War. So the game tells you to go here. This is, by the way, where you get the Grandmaster Alchemical set, and there's the Master Alchemy trainer, and then they tell you to go southwest. Whatever is chasing me, it's gonna relent. For sure they meant southeast, right? There must be a direct ruin right over here. Maybe just said straightforward, go south, east at that point. This is what you would call a typo in the quest. All the directions provided are not the best. Sometimes they nail it and sometimes they don't. Yeah, because then it will tell you go south to Nerevarine, so the direct ruins must be right around here. For these directions to actually make sense. Thank God they actually mark you them up, or otherwise you would just go batshit insane. Let's give some training to my crossbow. These are the things I should probably write down at some point and be like in a comprehensive guide. At least for me. It's one of those other things that you just do another playthrough and keep a close eye on what's being talked about. God, I love crossbows. Golden. Cliff Racer. Alright, the slaves are also gonna be here's where I got the hair shirt of this guy. All indoor set as well. So I have to get the cup first, which is from one of the small huts. I have to actually get semi-serious on these guys because they have they throw a shit ton of spells at you. And that's not the best time of you can actually have. Important as well that some of these guys actually have some unique text. And I should probably talk to him before. Where's my last save actually? It's time warp back. Thank God I have multiple saves to avoid such situations. Dagon Riddler, what are you doing? You have no idea. Poor animal, you struggle and fight and understand nothing. You think what you do has meaning? You think you slay me and I'm dead? It is just a dream and waking over and over, one appearance after another, nothing real. What you do here means nothing. What we do, we waste our breath on you. He's right. He speaks the truth. But he spoke the truth. But yeah, all the Dago named guys actually have something going on. Or I almost make a mistake. Have something going on for them, so this guy. They got Gear. He also beat murders and repairs. What use is speech? If you will not submit, you must be destroyed. What do you mean by not submit? You have chosen war with Dagoth We grieve for your loss, but we will not spare you. You refuse the sweetness of Lord Dagoth's friendship. Now know the bitterness of his fury. We're talking about Dagoth. He will not come to you, nor Nerevar. It is you who must beg for forgiveness. Go to him beneath Red Mountain, kneel before him, and he will show you mercy. What's what you're setting? Oh, you're sending your ammunition. Yeah, I'll give you 2,000 gold for that. Thank you, please come again. How generous for you to repair my shit. Oh yeah, you must die as well. Also, well, that's 2,000 gold and some other cents gone to the nether. Oh well, so there's a house they got copper here. I should probably equip my gold zinc amulet, because it will make everything easier to spot like these corpus weapons. So I believe the corpus weapon should not be down here, it should be in the copper here. That's a placement problem. So we go right here. I think the Temple of Fae is a separate entity. So I should probably chameleon, because I want to talk to the guy as well. Where is my Amulet of Shadows? Here's my Amulet of Shadows. Are you aggressive? You're aggressive. Shit. Do I have a... Yeah, I have a save before. Mr. Woods, the star-blessed hero? Or the Daedra spawn? Only one way to find out, if you have the courage. Daedra spawn. Have you asked yourself why are you doing Asura's bidding? Are you the one in the habit of trusting Daedra lords? Have you forgotten what scheming, treacherous fiends the Daedra are? Come on, hero. Why are you still talking? Are you afraid? They actually shit-talk you a lot, and that's amazing. It also my belief that they do not have such high flight values. So one of the many places you can get the 6-house hammerbell. I also believe that the bells right here would probably serve another purpose if they were given more development time in general. I'm gonna make it a habit to actually like going chameleon so I can actually talk to the unique named priests. Each of them have like a personality of their own. So explore Kogurun and get rid of the stalkers. Dagoth Delnus. What is your speech? You will not submit, you will be destroyed. Yeah, I already heard this. Many repairs. Hoi hoi. So that's the way. Keep going down. This leads me out. Let's explore from top to bottom first. Follow the watchful touch. Critical damage. So these guys probably repeat the same thing. Also steal the amulets. Leads to the roof. Is there anybody on the roof? Just an ash slave just overwatching.
You will die.
There's also an ebony spinner, sphere right here. An ebony spinner, an ebony fidget spinner. It would be a shuriken, I guess, an ebony shuriken. So important things right here. Yeah, so these guys will actually repeat everything. So these 3 rooms are important loot that should not be skipped. Get my lockspick. I don't think there's any big named people, at least on these rooms. So. This guy has pretty decent gear overall. Restore fatigue potion. This guy has lockpicks, a decent amount of gold, a short ebony sword, which is lots of money. Umberry cane over there. But the big ticket, the big meal ticket, right here. Glass halberd. 2 pieces of glass gear. The weapon Fury. Fury was important at the release version of the game, because you see all those drain stats: drain and armor, drain light armor, medium armor, heavy armor, blind and fortify attack. Keep in mind as well that blind, without the cold patch, just vanilla straight off the shelf blind, does not decrease your percentage chance of landing an attack, it also actually increases it. So you get 45 attack pretty much plus 40 points. And on the release version, instead of having drain on those 3-4 armor type skills, it was damage. And what's important about that is that there's no way to restore armor skills. There's not like a restore heavy armor skill, restore medium, restore light, restore an armor. So you will be able to keep on leveling up to infinity, because you were able to just reduce your skill of those armor types because of damage. So Fury was pretty important to just make you scale to infinity. Will I be able to carry all of these? Yes. The real question would be if I were to carry all the other shit that we'll have to grab, since we have to grab a shield and a pair of gauntlets. Expensive shirt, some jars and stacking things up. Anode. Switch to my crossbow. I think there should be a clan fair or something like that over here, if I remember correctly. spot me. But that's the way down, so I should take the other way. There's a big old guy over here. Oh no, there's a bone lord. Detect key. I don't think there's actually a key on this place. There's a lot of statues though, but what I'm looking for is one of the other big Dagoth guys, right? Dagoth Ulen. Look, it's Asura's fool. Look at you. Not a real thing at all, just a pathetic puppet of prophecy. And you think you can trust the Aether Lords? What do you mean by Asura's fool? Ah, she sucked you in with her pretty prophecies. Promised you power, didn't she? Promised you justice, didn't she? And when did a Aether Lord ever fulfill a promise? Such paltry memory you have. Aether Lords, mortals are but simple sport to the Aether Lords. They pull the strings and you poor fools slip and dance. Why do you serve them? Why do you fall for their honeyed lies? For ages you have yielded to their temptations, their false promises. How soon you will forget their treachery, their deceits. What do you say? Critical failure, more like I didn't land the hit. I wish you were able to actually wear the robes that these guys wear. Get the lower cover. I should also recharge my neck piece, so let's sleep a significant amount. Because I'm gonna need charges for the Ash Vampire as well at the end. He probably has something interesting to say. Since every big trumpet Dagoth actually had interesting things to talk about. That's something that you miss in our playthrough, like if you had like some high charm, you would know able to get the lines of dialogue. It's a shame. But it is what it is. Atronach means shit. Hopefully this guy over here has a different set of dialogue. Yeah, the same thing, okay. Oh, he's a regular Ashkull as well. An unnamed Ashkull. He's moving this way. I'm pretty sure that guy also is an Ashkull. Yeah. Look at that Dagoth. I think he's also an Ashkull. Dagoth brought us. Or he has something. Nope. I don't care losing 400 gold. The poke of death. I'm just checking about every possible location. Daniel. He's probably in combat. Oh. Probably will say the same, so it doesn't matter much. Ferrous says the same. There you go, Ash Vampire. They got Orstol. He said you would come to us, and he was right. Have you come to submit? Have you come to die? Come to submit. Keep going. These passages lead under the ghost fence into the crater of Red Mountain. Then you enter the Mount of Dagoth and find Lord Dagoth. Make your submission, and perhaps you may join us. Ha! If you submit such journey, we're glad to have you join us. Come to die. Oh, to fight. Come to fight. He said you might come to fight. Doesn't matter to me, one way or another. Make your submission. Lord Gego says you will join us or die. I thought you might just leave us alone and go about your own affairs, but Lord Gego says it is not your way to leave a thing well enough alone. Perhaps I cannot remember you at all, but I do my Lord's bidding. I have always done his bidding, so go to him and submit. You will be given power and place, and perhaps peace and forgiveness. Do as you like. I should probably restore my fatigue, even though I have high skill. Not landing hits against these guys is a very quick way to get myself killed easily. So, yes. And he drops the belt of Hearthfire. And 6,000 units. Perfect. Oh yeah, talking to the Ash Vampires is usually a good exercise to get a bit more of lore, let's say. Bleeding Heart. See if there's one of the big Dagoth guys over here. There must be. This one would be Unosami, yeah. It's a regular Ash Gold anyway. Ash Gold. Dagoth Elam has no conversation. The Shadow Shield is right here. I'm over the cumbered. I can drop this in the rebuild, okay. So final check around here. Ash Zombie, where are you, Lord? We cannot hear you. Speak to us, please. I got what I came for. So let's see if this guy is well enough as they want to be. I got the corpus whippings, the cup. Third trial is complete. You can keep the token. Side of the needle lies the teeth of the wind. Mouth of the case lies the skin of the pearl. Dream is the door and the star is the key. And I get a belt. So time to do some hopping. By that I mean just dropping the Shadow Shield right here. Dropping the Halberd. Dropping the ebony spear, dropping the ebony short sword. Things that I will have to sell at a later point, of course. Dropping fury right here. These things. I should probably drop the Gauntlets of Glory. They might not weight enough, but they still weight something. So keep in mind that these are the Daedric Gauntlets and the Radagul's gauntlets have even higher armor rating. It's what, a 25 more points of armor rating, which shows how good they are. And restore health. Oh, restore 60 points of health on a belt. Yeah, don't worry. It's not a constant effect, but it's pretty good. It's a good regeneration. Septim Ring. And now I have to recall back.
You flatter me.
And now I have to find the entrance to the Sura Cavern. From this point onwards, I should be able to just skip the other trials. So, tell me about the Eye of the Needle. The Valley of the Wind. The northeast slopes of Red Mountain. The westmost valley called the Dry Camp Valley. The water. Iron's Teeth. The Valley of the Wind. Skin of the Pearl. This is important. Just a moment. You mentioned the needle in the Valley of the Wind. I recall the top of the tall spire is not white. Right other worlds nearby. So pretty much get east until you see a pillar. Teeth of the Wind. Iron's Teeth, the Valley of the Wind, two rock spires. So it should give us all the information we need.
It is such an honor to meet you.
The Eye of the Needle, the Teeth of the Wind, the Skin of the Pearl. I asked for all of three. Valley of the Wind. Northeast of the Red Mountain slopes. The westmost valley. So it separates into two valleys. Let's travel by daylight. That way I have a better sight of everything. It's a very cloudy day, I guess. Keep heading this way. So it should be around this way, right here. Because these places right here are inside Red Mountain, should be right around here. Should probably equip my Sync cabinet so they will light up the place a bit better. Not be much, but it helps. Every bit helps. So there are the direct runes. So yeah, the directions are flat out wrong. They're Crusaders. See, Everneat. So Everneat is on the southeast, not the southwest. The directions are wrong. And this is something that they could easily easily patch in the game. And it's understandable why there will be a lot of people that will be like, yeah, why don't they remaster Morrowind and do the proper corrections to the game so the quest text and everything actually makes sense. Is it to Sergo Ponini? So a good way to know if you're on the right path. Sometimes there will be like stone pathways that lead to the cavern, like Carnet, so that's more Ashlanders. Hello, I'm not hostile. Never mind. They are hostile to me. It was gonna take a long time to come down, might as well just shoot him off the air. Let's get my boots of flying. There we go. I also think you're meant to be running along the coast to find the pillar. This is looking pretty much like a valley, so let's follow it and see where that leads us. But I don't think it's the right one because I would easily know when it is the right one. The path is cobbled. There's a lot of cobblestone. He landed the paralysis. I am absolutely shocked. There you go, Ski. These are not really aggressive, so. There we go. I may or may not have overshot it a bit. Maybe. Gonna levitate to mitigate a bit. It's around here. I'm certain of that. Because I remember that small cave. If you wanna see what is the contents of this cave. I think it's an egg mine, but I cannot be tinaje. Here I'm drifting way too much to the east. What's our aggressive landers? At least I believe I am drifting way too much. So start heading northways. Head this way. This is not where Tinaje was it? No. No, this is where Tinaje was, okay. Let's levitate this way. Let's see what we can find. Levitate char. Oh, there's the pathway. So it is, yeah, this is the place. I knew I was close. And I was drifting way too hard into another direction. Finally found it. Well, as you can see, the pathway is absolutely different from the usual. The only time they use a different type of doorway, by the way.
In the dawn hour under Azura's star, the door is opened.
Oh, I actually came on the right time as well. So here's our Lady Azura, floating in the middle. The script to make the ring spin until you get close enough. So how close I can get? Can I even use telekinesis to use that shit? I have telekinesis, right? That's a spell. No, I didn't buy telekinesis at all. Time to protect your ears.
Nerevar reborn, incarnate. Your first 3 trials are finished. Now, 2 new trials lie before you. Seek the Ashlander Ashcans and the Great House Councillors. 4 tribes must name you Nerevarine. 3 houses must name you Hortator. My servant, Nabane Mesa, shall be your guide. And when you are Hortator and Nerevarine, when you have stood before the false gods and freed the heart from its prison, heal my people and restore Morrowind. Do this for me, and with my blessing.
Like a blessing is, of course, the Moon and Star ring, which is not, you know, the best stuff when it comes to rings. Or it is what it is. The Moon and Star. Here it is. 5 personality, 5 speechcraft. Big Star. Welcome in, Moon and Star. Blah, blah, blah. Wisdom guides me. But I was not. So you talk to each of these. They tell you the life story. This person failed to become an incarnate. Survived the right by failing battle with an ash vampire. I could master the arts of war. Learn the ways of the great houses. You know, that's it, as a Hortator. We have different ghosts here. I should also probably equip my big one so I can actually show all the ghosts. And they tell you the stories and give you gear. By the way, the Travel Stain pants are probably one of the best pants in the game. Actually, I can wear Travel Stain pants and the skirt. So now I have on-demand levitate. It's 10 points, but still an on-demand levitate that regenerates when you wait, which is really good. They give you shit like Erodon's Spear, the Cuirass. Story gives you lockpicks. This guy gives you his axe and boots. His axe, which is a glass axe, so pretty good amount. His boots are where? Here. There are 81 light armor boots, which are really good still. And Horlet gives you his robes and the Book of Cities. So now we claimed all there is to claim in this area. Let's repair everything again, because I'm strong. That means that my gear is gonna degrade faster. But not my gear, my weapon is gonna degrade faster. And on you animes, I would be like, oh, okay, yeah, we received this letter. I am concerned why you have not yet fulfilled the prophecies of the Nerevarine. Have you done something wrong? Have you forgotten your destiny? I have heard that the leader of the temple, a man named Toren Saroni, is desperate and he asks you to come to speak with him at the High Fane in Vivek City. Please, if there's some problem, go to Sayoni. Perhaps there's still hope. So this is the skip. If you have your fame above 50 and your level above 20, the Nerevarine would be like, okay, well, you will not do the trials. Just go directly to Vivek City and talk to Sayoni. And this is a sure way to be like, okay, maybe you've done something wrong along the way. Maybe you killed an Ashcan or something. But your fame is high enough and your level is high enough, so just go to Vivek and deal with this problem. Divine Intervention probably sent me to Nisus. Yeah. And I'm assuming it's gonna send me to the Temple of Nisus. But it just flat out skips the entire Hordador and Ashcan thing. You lose a significant amount of loot, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not terrible. Go to Valmore. I need to deposit a lot of things.
We make a special trip.
So it's not much of a concern in general. Sucks that you missed like on amulets, that the one that gives you 60 points of telekinesis, that one is sorry, that one is pretty good. Let's drop when we go from our failed incarnates. Shantala's boots, the cuirass, the axe, the mace, drop the 6 health amulets I will sell at a later point. Horlet's robes. And cities should be right around here. That should be good. I should also leave my mark right here, so I don't need to go back to the Rochilaku camp anymore. now we can go to Vivek. Talk to the High Fane.
I'd be happy to talk. My pleasure, really.
I'm going to talk on CV. I believe the Ordinator should not be hostile or anything at me. First things first, I'm a patriarch of the temple. Most importantly. Yeah, because I think my rank in the temple supersedes the hostility that the Ordinators would have otherwise. Actually, no, the script for the Ordinators... Yeah, no, I'm misspeaking. So, there's a script that runs in this game. First makes you really hostile to the houses, and the temple just tells you that you're a heretic. And that script runs when you talk to the Ashcan of the Ushinaku camp, and they declare you the Nerevarine of that camp. But in reality, that script runs before they declare you an Nerevarine. When he's telling you, hey, you should probably do your business before we declare you a Nerevarine, that's when the script actually runs. So that's something else that they should probably fix at a certain point. Thank you for coming, Mr. Woods. You know the temple doctrine on the Nerevarine. It's time to change that doctrine, the Nerevarine. You're the one that called the Nerevarine. You're a heretic, and all who support you are heretics. You may think the Imperial law protects heretics, and you may be right, but some temple faithful care little for the Imperial law, temple doctrine. The temple must protect the people from false doctrines, and your association with the Imperial intelligence makes your motivation and integrity suspect. But we have reached a crisis with Dagoth Or, and we can no longer defend the people against the awakened Sixth Scout. You and your prophecies may represent our last hope. Our situation is desperate, and I would rather have you hear the details of our situation, the circumstances leading up to that situation, from Lord Vivek himself. He asked you to see you. Would you agree to a private meeting with him and hear in person what he has to say? Sure. Good. Here are 2 keys, one to the private back entrance to my quarters, and the other to a locked entrance to Lord Vivek's palace. I regret that at the present the Ordinators are not completely under my control. So for now, I ask you to avoid confrontation with them. Lord Vivek is expecting you. His lordship is remarkably patient, but perhaps it would be better to not keep him waiting. Up. I don't know if you're able to actually do the Hortator and Nerevarine things post this part of the quest. I would wager that you are probably able to. I'll have to check at some other point. Here's Lord Vivek himself. I expected you, we have business. When I was young like you, I was very patient, so I kept our business. I was very impatient, so I keep our business short. Then later, maybe time for other things. First, I propose you remove my curse upon the Nerevarine and the prescription of the priests. Next, I propose to surrender the power and responsibility of defeating Dagoth Or. You may choose to refuse. I will not compel you. You receive the power as a gift in the form of an article called Wraith Guard. You may accept the gift, but then do whatever you do with it. You will receive the responsibility as an oath. You may give your oath and keep it or break it as you like. First, you receive Wraith Guard as a gift. Maybe it depends. Take maybe as a no, then concludes our interview. Copies another inconvenience, and if you change your mind, come back. Let's try again, shall we? I propose you give your artifact Wraith Guard if you accept the gift. Then I propose you accept responsibility defeating Dagoth Or. First, no, I don't. I refuse Wraith Guard. That concludes our interview. I hope it's not convenient. If you change your mind, come back. Okay, let's try that again. Good, sensible of you, and now I'll give you your oath before all gods and men, before all spirits, visible and invisible, before my honor and your honor, to dedicate yourself to Wraith Guard to defeat the destruction of the honor and preservation of Morrowind's people. Maybe it depends. Sensible response. Alas, I am not looking for someone sensible. I'm sorry. I'm afraid you will not find Wraith Guard of much use. for without your oath, I shall not teach you how to use it and close our interview. I hope it's an inconvenience. If you change your mind, come back. I accept red card. Good, sensible of you. And now, give me your oath. No, I should... It's pretty much a shoehorn into... You better do as I say. Guys were not very sensible, but very good. I wish there was something more to this than... If you keep track of how many times you said no and maybe the conversation itself should change for the better. Because if you were expressing doubts and they were like, okay, well, you are a pretty sensible person to be cautious and thank you for taking the oath or something, that should be a more important line of dialogue rather than like, hey, yes, which would just make you a yes man, and a yes man is a pretty bad thing. Tell me the plans to defeat Dagoth Bar. If the Dagoth Bar give you plans, commit to it into memory. Business. And you can talk about more business. I believe we finish our business. I will notify the temple that you are our champion. There will be no persecution of the same priests. Both sides which are swiftly be reconciled. Now you are my guests, and I am your host. There are explanations of council, blah 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 blah. Here it gives you a whole sort of explanation. How they break my oath to not use, cause others to suffer. It would be a lot of stuff to read, and it would destroy my throat if I read through all of these out loud. But the most important thing is that we have Breath Guard. W here, Breath Guard. I think it takes my amulet of my amulet of strength slot, so I need to actually make some big space. So let's recall the hell out of here. And let's drop all the books over here. I'll keep the covering active things here. Arcane Enemy, Second Wind, the Sayorni Sermons, which are big fat book. So just Special Flora of Tamriel, Pilgrim's Path, the Yellow Book, the Brown Book, Silence, House of Troubles. Keep the book stuck right here. I put the cup right on the table. I have a special pillow, I didn't place it somewhere. Brown pillow. 3 other pillows right here. I think the bulk of my weight comes from my gear, maybe. The Bunker's Bane, it's pretty heavy. I think nothing else here is as heavy as the rest. Diamonds are not that heavy. I could probably drop my alchemical stuff. Should not be much of an issue. Since they really stand out above everything else, so I should be able to find it. That's a good enough amount of weight taken off my shoulders. Upload, save. So now begins the journey to find Kinning and Sunder. I intend to finish the main quest line today, so let's get to it.
I'm listening.
It should be like 2 vampires more that I meet along the way as well. That should be a good experience. Again, God bless the Amulet of Shadows that allows you to actually talk to these guys, because they are not spotting you right away. There's an important person I need to meet on the way to Red Mountain, and he's in the Ghost Fence. Well, not in Ghost Fence, sorry, in the Ghost Gate. Close, but not quite. So normally you would actually go through Ghost Fence by the Ghost Gate. You can go through the Ghost Fence via 3 ways, I believe. I don't know if there's a 4th way. But it's of course levitation, you just go over it by levitating over it. You can go through the Ghost Gate, or you can go through Kogurun. Kogurun runs below the Ghost Fence. There might not be another way. Here you meet Wolf. Wolf. They call me Wolf. What brings you to Ghost Gate? Wolf, yeah, that's me. Ghost Gate. It is a hell of a place. Why are you here? I am the Nerevarine. I'm going to confront Dagoth Or in his citadel. What a piece of luck. Look, I am an old Legion veteran, as old as the poor old Emperor. Bless his soul, I am too old for campaigning. I came this far to look at hell. But I cannot go any further than this. I'll take kindly if you carry this old coin with you when you go to Dagoth Ur. Sort of a token of tough young hero I used to be. What do you do that for an old man? I'll take your old coin to Dagoth Ur with me. That's very kind of you. Here's your coin. I've had it for a long time and it's always brought me luck. But I have no more use to it, and I'd like to pass it on to somebody younger. Somebody going to places I cannot go anymore. Your generation's shaper of history, an engine of destiny. That coin will bring you luck on the mountain, I promise, for the Emperor or Empire, as we say in the Legions. Go with Karenrith. So, something that I never... He's a tough guy. I should probably have my stamina bit up as well.
Speak freely, friend.
Look at the steel broadsword, some moon sugar. Okay, so it's a junkie. Oh yeah, because somebody of the temple died, I get expelled.
Yes?
I hope did this not carry? Yeah, it didn't carry. So, who is this guy? We've met like similar people like this guy before. And what clues you in is...
Suits you. We welcome you
Hey,
freely.
who is this Wolf? The old Imperial Legion veteran named Wolf? No, nobody like that up here that I remember. Don't remember any old Legion veterans up here at all. Not in a very long time. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. This guy is literally the opposite corner and cannot see. Wolf. In fact, everybody is like, what are you talking about? Who is this wolf person? This is the apparition of Tiber Septim himself.
I haven't got all
Because
day
he
standing
is going, he gives you this power as well. Luck of the Emperor. Something else that I can do. here is to Lenin.
Welcome, Outlander.
I'm very happy
Right.
to make your acquaintance.
Oh yeah, here they tell you have gained the power lack of the Emperor. So I know the Verminal and Ordosal. Oh, this guy as well has the Daedric Face of Fear, I believe. Which is one of the many Daedric masks that exist in the game.
I see this land.
Yes, Orc?
We welcome you freely.
Oh yeah, I should probably check his stats. Get level. It's level 50, which is pretty high. Get health. 394, which is pretty high. Get strength. 100. Get agility. Get luck. It's weird that he has a luck of 40. I'll probably have given him a higher luck than luck, but whatever. Get long blade. Yeah. Get endurance. Get intelligence. But as soon as you exit the cell and you talk to Wolf on this quest stage, he actually disappears forever in the game. And to further cement the explanation, the only time you beat these aspects is in the cold quest line, so stands to reason that after meeting Wolf, you're gonna make a big short stop at Shrine at Avonheart. Yeah, both the Birmingham and Ordosal are marked. Perfect. The last of the cliff racers. It's one of the first places to go. The entrance should be around here. The limb corpus, when they die, the kids hit them. Really devastating. Don't worry, I'll find the entrance. It's right here. I thought it would be like a shield just leaning on it. Thank God I have like resistance to blight and everything. The Domer Training Academy of Ordosal. So as to my regular thing that I'm doing right now is shadows, use it, and let's find this big there's a golden seed over there, nothing too unusual. All these oofs are the slave corpses. That's how they have them spawn in the game. For some reason this is the only place because you are too close, you hear them die. Dagoth Ortros. Woods, have you come to serve, or to challenge my station, or to try and win Kinning? Where's Kinning? It is well hidden, Mr. Woods. Even if I should fall, you will never find it. But if you choose to serve, perhaps Lord Dagoth will even consider to grant you use of it. Surely, by coming this far, you've drawn his discerning eye and earned his favor. Be reasonable, Mr. Woods. Why would risk blood and life for that which can be won by words and service? What do you mean by serve? Many mortals serve their gods. Few are so fortunate to be invited to share the divine power with them. Lord Dagoth makes you a generous offer, Mr. Woods. Join him, and you can share the divine eternal power of Lorcan's heart. So far, your struggles, your battling, your destructiveness, all those things might be understood as improving your bargaining position. Come now. Call you no bitterness. You cannot truly harm us. We can afford to forgive. Challenge my station. You think you can climb higher in Brother Dagoth's eyes by defeating me? Well then, you might rise at that. None of us Hearthrights can die. The power of the heart will bring us all back in time. But yes, you might win Lord Dagoth's favor by defeating his lieutenants. No hard feelings, Mr. Woods. I lose my rank, you lose all. You're playing with high stakes, Mr. Woods. Are you sure you want to play? Surely there's no dishonor for a mortal to serve a god. And I'm just gonna poke you to death. That's what I'm gonna do. Get the key. Get one of the Hearthlight's amulets. Amulet. And let's get the Ash Cells. No, Ash Cells I don't care about. I care about destroying this golden saint right here though. Keep the Devon Spear right here. And I believe there is nobody else here. I checked here. I can open here. I don't believe there's a big trumpeter. But just in case, I'm gonna activate this. Pumpkinic. Some other mods, because you can actually just lockpick and skip the Ash Vampire, they actually give killing to the Ash Vampire. Personally, I don't mind either way. So now we have to go to Terminal, to the far north. Oh fuck, that guy flew 1,000 miles per hour. Yeah, of course it will be blighted. We're in the middle of hell. And I have to get over that way. Pretty weird that I'm seeing intervention as a land on the coast state. I hoped at some point that would be the case, but stab, everything dies. This place is plagued with enemies. corpus beasts regenerate health in an insane manner. And if your health is not high enough, they actually wreck your shit. They're pretty nasty. So let's get these boots on the way. I'll be pretty happy to replace the boots on Tribuna because levitation is really not allowed much in Tribuna. Well, I lie, on the sewers it's allowed, but outside in the open it's not allowed at all. Here's the entrance to the other place, Verminal. I'm gonna sleep for 3-4 days. I don't get the luxury to sleep for 3 or 4 days. Just remember everything. Also surprising I haven't found like ebony shoulders. Or maybe I have and I haven't equipped them. So let's find these big trumpeteers. These Ashkulls say the same as they were saying on the other place. Because Nilor has no dialogue whatsoever. That's a shame. Nilor boards. Hell yeah. It's a terrifying thing. Oh, yes. Oh. Weird that they got guarded doesn't have dialogue at all. Double shield, nothing here, nothing here. Oh well. It's not in combat, it just doesn't have any prompt of dialogue whatsoever. Ash zombies do. That Filmis doesn't have any sort of dialogue. But the Ash Vampire right here for sure has a dialogue. Dagos Vermin. What? You want to talk? You want to surrender? To boast? To talk me to death? Surrender. Don't bother, you surrender, I kill you. You want to go home? Fine, I won't touch you. But you lay a hand on me and we will fight until you're dead. To boast? Don't bother, you're not scaring anyone, you know. It just makes you look nervous. Come on, if you're I'm waiting for you to make the first move. You're the challenger to talk me to death. I'm one of the oldest things to ever have slipped from the womb, Mr. Woods. But I have not heard of anyone talked to death. Of course, there's always a first time, and I was brought up properly. I know it's not polite to interrupt, so you go ahead, talk all you want, and when you're done, go home or take your best shot. It's all the same for me. He's also a unique guy, and I wonder if he has any sort of dialogue. Not this Dagoth guy. It's a skeleton right here. Beldoth and dying. First I'm gonna get rid of Beldoth. By sneak attack. And I'm gonna get rid of the Ash Vampire by sneak attack him. Except my Chameleon ran out just now. But he's the holder of Sutter. So now we have both of the artifacts of Kagranax 2, so what we do now is skedoodle out of here. So I'm led to believe that they all wield, not all, the Daedra and Daedra Lord wield Dwemer weapons, so that people don't like actually start getting Daedric weapons and wreck people. Oh, there's nowhere to be seen. So now we have to go to the other. Also, by this drought, that enemy over there, I think it's a Daedroth. That's a low levitation setting. No, it's 36. That's good. Would be better. I mean, I should be able to get rid of the Dwemer boots anyway, because I have the Trollstein pants now. Squeeze as much juice as I can from these boots. Fuck. Oh, hunger, oh dear. Let's get as much rest as possible. Now we are approaching Dagoth Earth, the fortress. And it will be the last time we see light storms happening. As I said, probably another time that I came here for the temple quest line. You get trained all the way from the main quest line to press this thing. Also, it was in the wrong direction, wasn't it? The Diamond of Shadows. Last time we went here, Dagoth didn't like actually say anything because we are not at the quest stage that he would actually start setting his voice lines.
Come, Nerevar, friend or traitor, come. Come and look upon the heart and Akulakan. And bring Wraithguard. I have come to the Heart Chamber. I wait for you there where we last met countless ages ago.
With my long gold sync amulet so people can actually see where I'm going. Dagoth Vaynor has no dialogue. The cheers as they were confused, we are all hear words, we speak them, we take them, we arrange them, but they still will not be quiet.
Come to me through fire and war,
guy's dialogue actually changes.
Welcome, Moon and Star. I have prepared a place for you.
There you go, bites the fucking dust. Oh, there's a little club back here. Oh dear. Well, in the grand scheme of things, the other club is not really that good, so I'll keep it in mind when I come back to get it. Demon longbow. It's a good amount of money.
Come, bring Wraithguard to the Heart Chamber.
Shit.
Together, let us free the cursed false gods.
Amulet of Shadows. Take off the Rather, doesn't have any dialogue. Demon Mace. I'm sure I was here for the temple. I got the Glorious Sun loose, I believe, or I managed to sneak through. Oh no, you died. You're a detriment to anything. I was here.
Welcome, Nerevar. Together we shall speak for the law and the land and shall drive the mongrel dogs of the Empire from Morrowind. Is this how you honor the sixth house and the tribe unmourned?
I'm not here to talk, I'm
Come
here
to
to
me
fight.
openly, and not by stealth.
Okay, what do we say, Gilbot? Another direct weapon. Direct short sword. This is a more powerful weapon than the club over there. Pelos shield. I'll equip my... Where's my gold sync? So now we're at Digothor. Finally reached the climax of the first part of the main story. Prepare this demon bow.
Welcome, Moon and Star, to this place where destiny is made.
I don't think you can actually clip yourself through. Well, if you're fast enough, you can actually clip through the wall and just directly skip Digothor and go to the second part of the fight. It began here, it ends here. Have you any parting words, or would you rather skip the speeches and get into our business? You're the challenger here after all, and so to you the courtesy goes of the first blow. I'm here. There can be only one result. Many times I've considered offering you to share this place with you. I've considered offering to accept your oath of service. You might try to buy my trust by giving you a great card, Kinning and Sunder. I thought we might once again be friends, comrades, brothers in arms. Continue. But I have won this place unpowered by right of conquest, by right of daring and enterprise, and I will not risk it to cunning and deceit. I will offer you no deals. You're my enemy, I cannot trust you, and even if you're not my enemy, I can let you live. So decide here I will prevail. I cannot be sure. I am vain enough. Should I fall, I wish to be remembered by parting words. I have questions. Are you never reborn? I know no more than you do. What a word, we shall never know. But I have sympathy for you, the melancholy of fate of all mortals. I shall weep for your death. If you win, what do you plan to do with the heart? I'll complete a Kulakan. Noble ambition. Anyone who will make war upon the citizen should be my friend. A pity we cannot trust one another as allies. But if I let you to join me, will surrender raid cards under killing and let me seal your oath? Yes, if I had a cunning plan. Yes, of course, I doubt any cunning plan would have been much use when I have the tools in hands, but we'll never know. Pity. But now, if you have any questions, let's ask them. Otherwise, you're in detention, and I will you first blow, and then I will prepare to fight. Very well. I'm pitching to begin. Go ahead, your attention. Do you go to the first blow? Never mind. I'm detention, but the first blow doesn't go to me. Things that I want to know. Get level. What's your level? Get Magicka. Oh, he's almost out of Magicka. Get health. Oh god, he slaps. He slapped. How can she slap? Is that damage? Oh, damage health. So there's something that can happen that I want to showcase here. You can actually soft lock the game. So you're able to loot Dago's Earl, right? If you expose his corpse, you do not trigger the opening of these gates. Because it detects, oh, the corpse is gone. That means that the trigger is already on, and that allows you to soft lock the game. So don't loot Dago's Earl. At least the first one. That's what I wanted to showcase on this playthrough as well. And by the way, on the floor is the hard ring. So let's see what his level is the same. Get Magicka, it's 1000. Get health, it's 1000.
What a fool you are. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. How could you be so naive? There is no escape. No recall or intervention can work in this place. Come, lay down your weapons. It is not too late for my mercy.
I'm far enough that they got just dropped off the face of the earth and now he's on the lava. Can actually rest and heal this place as well. It's really not a difficult place to fight. The Primal Worker. So where's Dagot Ur? He's all the way down there. Just took a trip to the lava. And now when you're here, yeah, the script runs and just moves him all the way over here, so he actually defends the place. I believe it's Sander first, right? Sander break the shield and then killing a couple of times. First killing, he escaped.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Fool! Stop! This is the bitter, bitter end.
I have to restore my strength. Oh, my stats got damaged. Restore. Actually, that was. Excuse me while I just get the hell out of here. I found that I don't know within a giant artifact of Kuroka is right there with Thunder and strike again and again with killing until it just will destroy several from the sustaining power of the heart. They got or will destroy, but they don't trigger an earthquake. I had to flip with my life. Oh, now I can actually equip my run the gust. So we should be able to run with more than just this short sword. Some cartels going on. So at this point, the enchantment that prevents you from doing recall and seer intervention is gone. Actually, I should show it. Yeah, I should probably show it. Something quickly that I can show. So here the Gothor is still alive, and if I were to do divine intervention, the protection magic doesn't work here. But if we go back to this saber here, this post heart, I can do the interventions successfully. This just flat out allows you to skip the whole Asura business, but that means as well that the game doesn't acknowledge that you killed Dagoth or stop the blight storms and everything. It doesn't go into the post-game state, which should also be prevented. So the enchantment should be disabled once the quest stage with Asura is completed, so that players do not somehow flee the place with Asura.
You no longer bear the burden of prophecy. You have achieved your destiny. You are free.
I am free.
The doomed Duima's folly, Lord Dagoth's temptation, the tribunal's seduction, the god's heart freed, the prophecy fulfilled.
The prophecy has been fulfilled.
All fate sealed and sins redeemed. If you have pity, mourn the lost, but let the weeping cease. The blight is gone, and the sun's golden honey gilds the land. Hail, Savior, Hortator, and Nerevarine. Your people look to you for protection. Monster and villains, great and small, still threaten the people of Vardenfell. Enemies and evils abound, yet indomitable will might rid Morrowind of all its ills. For you, our thanks and blessing, our gift and token given. Come, take this thing from the hand of God.
She drops right here. When she finished despawning the Ring of Asura. 20 points of Night Eye, 3 fatigue points. Restore constant effect. But I think it auto-equips. No, it doesn't. Great. I could just get rid of the Mentor Ring, which I really don't care much about, and equip the Ring of Asura. It's not terrible, but there are better things to equip on that slot. So we finished the main quest. So finishing the main quest opens up a lot of other things that you can do. But first, before I call it for the day, well, for this stream, I want to visit 2 places. So I need to first recall out of here. And before I recall out of here, I have to grab a couple of items. The direct short sword that I spotted and the direct cloud that I spotted. Oh yeah, so I didn't kill the Ashford. So this is another neat thing as well. Because Dagoth is dead, all the Ash Vampires are also dead. Well, not Dagoth, more like the heart of Akulakan is dead. The Ash Vampires all drop dead. Oh, that's a shame because I don't get to interview all of them. Oh, whatever. That's also more food for knowledge that I can get. Excuse me. Excuse me, coming through. Excuse me. I forgot where I left the club. So that's a neat thing as well that not many people will be able to catch. I need to get the hell out of here now. Cool. Heal up and wait for the damage over time effect to fade. There you go. So as I was saying before I got nuked by our beloved random Dagoth worshipper, several other things open up when you finish the main quest line in Morrowind. First things first, I think your fame skyrockets a bit. Yeah, my fame skyrocketed really high to 73. Do I have a save before? But yeah, I have a save like way before. Your fame skyrockets first things first. Second, the Dreamers awaken. I mean, I have been under a spell, a curse. This has been caused by the 6 House cultists. Good grief. What I have done. I hope I haven't thanked you. Please forgive me. I have nothing to offer but my thanks. I will tell everyone how you saved my life. So, all the Dreamers wake up. And each Dreamer that you talk about, how they were manipulated by the 6th house, will actually be like, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I will talk with everybody else and be like, how you saved my life, and they will give you each a reputation point. Two more things. I'm gonna visit the Imperial Cult. Travel to Vivek. Just to make sure that I go to the right place, I'm gonna use active intervention first. And I'm gonna use divine intervention second.
Greetings, friend. I'm up for conversation if you care.
So, here, this is the Oracle of the Imperial Cult. And she has a topic about Wolf. A weird tale. You say that you have been marked by good fortune, by the luck of the Emperor. So you received the gold from an old veteran. Tell me, do your face the old veteran resemble the face of the coin? Did anyone else see this old man? I hesitate to suggest it, but I think you have been visited by the aspect of Tiber Septim. Surely this is a sign of great doom laid upon you by the gods. Yes, in his aspect by Ysmir, the dragon of the north, Tiber Septim is also invoked as the patron of the questing heroes. So yeah. The Oracle, that is the one that
It would be a pleasure
can
to
have
speak with
visions
you.
by the gods. Flat out tells you, yeah, that was Tiber Septim. Oh yeah, I haven't found the ship like where Bowl. And now we're gonna visit our last person. The Lord Vivek himself. Hello Vivek, how you doing? The blight is gone, We have survived, and now we've dedicated ourselves to rebuilding the temple, and you must dedicate yourself to your responsibilities as Protector of Morrowind. Protector of Morrowind? There's much to do. You still have Kraniga's souls, potent weapons, and the wit and experience of a proven hero. The Tribunal and the Temple are happy to yield to you the duties of fighting the enemies of Morrowind. Much to do. What do you mean? There are many blighted beasts and horrors that have survived and must be hunted down and destroyed. There are lesser monsters and villains of all kinds who prey upon the people. There are unsolved mysteries, the legendary treasures undiscovered, and I'm sure you will find much to occupy you. We have survived. We have lost our divine powers, but not altogether. Some token of people's faith remains, and we shall take it to rebuilding the temple. Now that the God Earth is gone, we can turn our energies to the more humble needs of people. It is good, honest work, and I believe there is redemption in it. And last, the temple. There are still issues to be resolved between the temple and the decent priests. And now our greatest enemy is gone, and we must reorganize the temple to meet the needs of the people. And we have less need of the ordinators, for example, and greater needs of the priests and healers and teachers. And we must find the time to mourn the honor and honor of the dead. Without the power of the heart, or the divine powers diminish. Our days as gods are numbered, and I told my priests that I should withdraw from the world. That the temple should be prepared for a change. We must be honored no longer as gods, but as saints and heroes, and the temple will return to the faith of our forefathers, the worship of the ancestors and the three Daedra, Asura, Mephala, and Borichtia. The missions and the traditions of the temples must continue, but without its living gods. And with that, I believe it is a really good place to end this stream for right now. Our big lad, Mr. Woods, a level 22 orc, which is a magical golfer, and happens to be the high-ranking member of the temple. And the Imperial Legion at the Mages Guild, with a reputation of 76. He has defeated the God Earth and has returned peace to Morrowind. But as I said, it's a good place to end the stream. Let's see if I have time later today to do another stream of another game. Thanks everybody who showed up today.